Hi everybody, so I'm finally back. I didn't make any episodes last weekend because I was really sick. I had an awful cold. And I talk to other people when they're sick and it just shocks me that nobody's ever heard of Watkins. And I'm kind of just like, stuffy nose, clear it up with Watkins. No, just kidding. I'm not one of the Orbit twins. Or am I? No, silly, I'm one of the Olsen twins. So I wanted to show you guys what I actually wound up wearing this year on Valentine's Day to work. I look really sick, but my hair is super puffy on one side, which is awesome. I have this cool blouse with hearts, and then of course I had to wear my checkerboard Vans. And I actually had on cute little heart socks that day too, but you can't see them. And speaking of seeing, so you guys might have noticed that I changed the name. It was originally Chicago with chic in parentheses, but I didn't like it. It was kind of not aesthetically pleasing when it was typed out, and then I like that it's titled C because it's what I see. It's a working title, and it's a changing venture, and everything has to be fluid to change, including fashion, and including the title of my fashion cast. I originally liked that the city had chic in the title of it, but I also kind of like how Chicago is kind of like Chicago because we live our lives at a fast pace, and so I want my show to kind of be like a quick little burst of fashion. Like you could pick up a tip from watching just 15 seconds of it. Plus, C is the hard drive on the computer, so on that note, let's go hard. Hi. Okay, and so the real point of this show is fashion trends you need to try before the end of winter in the Midwest. And the first category that I want to show you guys is kind of coats that I think are in the sophisticated category. And you'll notice that I'm wearing something that can go under all of them, and I'm also wearing layers so that you could see that a coat will definitely go over this comfortably, and what I have on won't be too bulky for those really, really nasty cold days. And so the coats that I'm going to show you are in backwards chronological order from when I got them. So the last one is vintage and then moving forward. So here we go. Okay, cool. So this coat is from Talbot's, and I actually have the ad from when it was in the catalog, but unfortunately I couldn't figure out how she got it tied like that with the bow. I don't really have that much of a belt here to work with, so I didn't get that to happen. But anyway, I really like this. I like how it's got the two different neutral colors, so it'll go with whatever you want to pair it with, and you have like a lot of variety with what kind of pants can stick out underneath, what kind of shoes you wear it with. Okay, next one. Okay, and so this I got in like 2007, I think, when I was still in high school, and it's cropped. The one downfall of this is there aren't any pockets, but it does have this nice leather across the back. It's got this part of the collar that comes back down. It's really cute, it's really versatile, it looks really chic all the time. I'm going to show you the sleeves are kind of cinched down, so they're a little bit puffier up here, and then they're cinched at the sleeve. this coat is from J. Crew, and since it is cut down a little bit in the V in the front, I always wear this one with this tan scarf. The buttons make it look really preppy. They've got like a little crest with eagles and stuff. This belt is a little bit more of a versatile material in that it's a little bit thinner than the tie on the first plaid coat that I showed you. That one was kind of a thicker material, and so it was harder to kind of tie and to fold over. This one is a bit thinner and more lightweight, and so it stays together better, and it's a lot easier to tie. I'm also working with a whole lot more length here than the other one, but it's just a lot more bendable, and that's kind of something that you really want. And so since I'm showing you this scarf, I'm also going to tease for my next segment. It's going to be a carryover of this one, and it's going to be a whole bunch of different ways to wear scarves. Winter, going into spring, wearing them under coats, wearing them just with outfits. And so moving right along. Okay, and so this is my vintage one. This is my last one, and this is actually my mom's coat, and it's really, really long, and it's really, really warm. It has nice deep pockets, and people actually, because it's so long, have called it kind of like a flasher coat. And this one, what's really important is that it doesn't have any kind of piping as far as stitching is concerned going through the belt, and so it's a lot easier to tie. And I really like this one. I like to actually wear it with these high top Converse that I have that are gray, and you know, with like skinny jeans or whatever. And it's kind of going for like, I'm trying to attract John Bender from Breakfast Club into my life. And so these are the 4 coats that I have for you guys that are in this series. And I'm going to talk a little bit about Fashion Week now, just a tiny bit. Okay, and so I wanted to show you this pick stitch that I made. This is some of the fashions that Desiduals showed at the most recent Fashion Week in New York. And you'll notice how my plaid coat, the very first one that I showed you from Talbot's, is kind of like the one used in the first shot here. And I really like how the same belt was used in the second outfit. In the second outfit, you'll notice she actually does have on small gloves, and the top is very Anna Kendrick at the Miu Miu show. And her hair looks so great, and I love that the pants are both sequined and patterned, and it somehow seems like more is less with this one. They look more tame than if you imagine them as being one or the other, either sequin or pattern. It sort of brings it down a notch. And the last one has so much yes in it, and the cardigan is fantastic, but in my opinion, I think the bag is too bulky. She needs something a little bit more slender and less rigid. This is really confining. And so that's pretty much one of the designers that I thought really, really had a nice showing at Fashion Week. Okay, guys, that is all I have for you for right now. In my next episode, like I said, I'm going to be talking a lot more about scarves. It's sort of a part 2 in this series of trends to try in the Midwest before winter's over, but don't worry, I think we still have plenty of winter left. And I'm also going to talk more about Fashion Week. This is sort of going to be an evolving episode for me because I felt like there was just a lot to touch on and it would be too overwhelming to put just all in one episode. Plus, I like to skip around on topics. So stay tuned, and I'll see you guys all next week.